Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel A Day in the Shoes. This is the life of an air traffic controller. Imagine commanding the skies not from the cockpit but from the room filled with blinking lights and invisible pressure. 10,000 planes in the sky and 3 million passengers moving at a pace of 900 km per hour, and one tiny mistake can change the entire world. Before every safe takeoff and every smooth landing, there is one mind sharper than steel. Dawn, the day begins 5:30 a.m. When most of the world is still wrapped in silence, one professional is already awake, guiding steel giants through the sky. For an air traffic controller, the day doesn't begin with coffee, it begins with clarity. Before even reaching the airport, they check off the meta reports, the language of skies. By the time the world wakes up, they are already preparing to make the skies safer. Every morning, they review weather systems, the runway conditions, and the global notices before even stepping inside the airport. The fogs, the winds, the crosswinds, and the visibility, everything matters. They are first to arrive. Long before the pilots, they guide. No controller begins without a briefing, and today's challenges: a tailwind warning, a closed taxiway, and a VVIP movement. Visibility is low till 8 a.m. Expect diversions. 2 VVIP movements planned. Runway 09 is under maintenance. Every shift begins with a briefing. Weather, runway closures, military movements, aircraft backlog. It is a chessboard already in motion. Welcome to the tower when every second matters. The radar screen activate and hundreds of airborne dots appears. To the world, these are just planes. To a controller, they are the responsibilities. This is the heart of the airport, the control tower, where metal giants obey human voices. Every control station is calibrated. Every frequency is tested. In next few minutes, hundreds of lives will depend on the flawless communication. 7 a.m. the orchestra begins. The morning rush hour in aviation is unlike anything else. The flights launching every 60 seconds, the arrival slicing through the clouds. 2 controllers, 2 frequencies, and dozens of aircraft. But only one mistake would be too many. The thrilling mid-morning emergency. Mayday incoming. Engine failure reported by flight BL202. Tower, we have an engine vibration alert. Request immediate landing. The adrenaline surges, but the mind stays ice cold. An engine failure, one of the rarest and the most dangerous call a controller can receive. BL202, you are cleared for emergency landing. Runway 27 clear. Fire and rescue on standby. The adrenaline floods the room, but no cheers, just relief. Lunch break? Not really. Most people eat lunch to relax. The ATCs eat lunch to recover. Even their breaks revolve around the sky. Second half brings its own battles. The wind shifts, the delays, the airspace congestion. Runway 09 still closed. 2 delayed flights holding at 8,000 feet. Storm approaching from the west. The shift changes is scared. Every detail is passed on, every risk is highlighted. The evening storms are the controller's nightmare. Rain turbulence, the lightning, but the voice on the mic must remain unshaken. The nights are quieter, but never easy. The human fatigue is the biggest enemy now. 14 hours, hundreds of aircrafts are guided, thousands of lives are protected. For an entire day, they are invisible for pilot behind the scenes, every safe journey. Now, let's look at the path to become an air traffic controller. Every air traffic controller begins with a dream to guide the sky, not the cockpit, but from the tower that never sleeps. Foundation, choosing the right stream. The first step is to choose the science stream in school. Maths, physics, logical thinking, these becomes the pillars of path ahead. To qualify for an ATC, you need a bachelor's degree, either in engineering, physics, mathematics. These are all the keys that unlock the entrance exam. Then comes the hardest barrier, the ATC recruitment exam. Maths, reasoning, analytical skills, reflex, everything is tested under pressure. The voice trial. A single voice can save lives. The voice test checks clarity, speed, the pronunciation, and the confidence, because every instruction must be understood instantly. Next, the psychometric exam, the situation awareness, the concentration, and the decision making. They measure how your brain reacts when the chaos floods the scene. The interview, it is the final filter. Here, they judge just not what you know, but what you are under pressure. Once selected, you enter the academy, a battlefield of simulations, protocols, and precision. For months, you train to think, speak, and act like an ATC. One mistake in a training is a lesson, but in a real tower, it is never allowed. The license, your passport to the tower, and finally, after clearing every test, you earn your ATC license. That is your passport to the most powerful room in the aviation. This is the path to become an air traffic controller, and the journey of discipline, focus, and calmness, and the courage to guide thousands of lives across the sky. The scholarships and the Maverick exposure. The Maverick exposure comes through Air Traffic Intern Program, ICAO online courses, the international ATC conferences, the air traffic simulation clubs, the volunteer programs at air shows. This is where the student gets the first taste of controlling the real skies. Now let's look at the salaries around the world for the ATC. The value of voice. When thousands of lives depend on your voice, the world's pay you like it. In India, an air traffic controller earns about 60,000 to 2.5 lakhs per month, with a night shift allowance, a risk allowance, bonuses for handling the busiest skies. In United States, the ATC earns between $120K to $200K per year, and this is the highest in the world. In Canada, the skies pay generously. In the Canadian dollars, it's about 100K to 160K. In the Middle East, the air traffic controllers earn about 4 lakh to 10 lakh per month. It is totally tax-free, with housing, travel, and bonuses that redefine the luxury. In Europe, the precision is rewarded with euros. It ranges from 70K to 150K per year. The sky pays the brave, because when you manage the skies, when every landing and every takeoff, every life listens to your command, the world pays you like a guardian of heavens. And this is the salary of responsibility. If you are kind, who stays calm when the world panics, if your mind is sharp, your reflexes are quicker, and the focus is unbreakable, then maybe you are born for sky you cannot see.